I shake my head to fend off the dazedness. Oh, the dazedness. That's how I felt when I woke up. It's like, oh, god damn, what time is it? Like, freaking 10 p.m.? What happened to Sunday? I just like, oh shit, I slept through it. I shake my head to fend off the dazedness. The teacher is looking at me as is everyone else in the class. Sorry, I wasn't paying attention. What's the difference between... Never mind, different question. So is he gonna be like, wait, he did that in Emmy's round as well, didn't he? Where, like, something Muto says kind of comes up at an important point where it's like, yeah, because of this and that and stuff, so this is why I'm determined to do this or something. Why are you here in this class? To, learn about physics. Yes, well, no, but that's the answer I wanted to hear. To acquire knowledge is a secondary reason for you being in the school. The primary one is to learn the rules of society, the norms and ethics that govern your everyday life. You don't come to school for the classes, you come to interact with the other people here. Your classmates who are your equals and the teachers who are your superiors. You know, this whole, you don't come to school for the classes, you come to interact with the other people here, your classmates and all that. And you know, I've been thinking, that's a thought I've had for quite some time about school. It's not just about the learning, but it's also about the interacting. I think that's probably part of the reason why my social skills are so crap, is because I end up being taught at home. I mean, I did go to school for quite a number of years, but eventually it came a point where my anxiety was too much and I ended up being taught at home. So that's probably also adds to my crappy social skills, I imagine. Because school seems to be learn shit and interact with shit. Well, people. Same thing. Depends on the type of people you end up interacting with. So that's it, isn't it? Okay, school. You learn various things. You learn to interact with other people. And you learn some of the social kind of stuff as well. And, what else is there? You learn a bunch of stuff, and you learn to interact with other people, and that's it, really, isn't it? Learn how to form social contacts and maintain them. In other words, how to be a part of society. The school itself is a microcosm of the entire society. Locke was the only one who realized that, you know. School's not just a place for learning. And all the kids your age, you guys should know that better than anyone else. He paused for a moment and let his eyes sweep over the class to see if the message sunk in. At the very least, it shut everyone up and got them to focus on him. Captivated either by his voice or the sudden change of the topic from physics to the philosophy of education. So, that's probably going to, like, come up again at some point in this round, isn't it? Because he, like, talking about, you know, socializing a bit, you know, in school, because there's more to it than that, and you'll probably be like, oh, Rin, yes, and the distance thing, yes. Got to, like, make it so that I don't know. Again, I'm crap with my wording. However, my classes, as you so aptly put, are a place for learning about physics. He points at me with a piece of chalk he's holding. So no sleeping during class, got it, Nakai? Yes, sir. From the corner of my eye, I catch Suzune's scowl and Misha's barely contained giggle. I sink deeper into my seat. After class is end, I am the last one to leave the classroom. I close the door behind me and quietly make my way to the art room. Club time passes in relative peace and quiet. I sit in my usual seat next to Rin, but she doesn't seem to be in a talkative mood. She's even more distant than usual. So much for closing that distance, then. Today we are going to draw a still life and get to choose from a vase full of fake flowers or an arrangement of rocks, sticks, and canvas. The teacher encourages us to gather around the preferred motive, emphasizing perspective, texture, and lighting as the key points of this exercise. He's just like, I've got an idea, guys. Let's draw, well, paint, whatever we're doing, a door. That's still life, right? Just like, no, you got it. Like, you thought that was going to be easy, but what we want is every bit of the textures to look perfect. Like a realistic door. Just like, we got any plain doors? Just like, no, you must paint it so that it shows the reflecting lights. It's like, oh, god damn it, can't we just paint something simple? Well, you can paint rocks. Wow. That seems simple enough, but you'd have to do the text of the various lighting. It's like, oh, piss off. I look at Rin to see if she prefers one of the subjects of the hour, but she just tilts her head, signifying nothing. Club members quickly shovel their chairs around the classroom to get close to the vase or the clutter. Rin and I both pick the flower vase, but only one of us seems to do any work. She's ignoring Amaya's assignment just like she suddenly started ignoring me. Has begun doodling something idly with her foot, not really even looking at what she's drawing. I try to catch her gaze, but she's looking out the window. It's making me uneasy. Rin almost looks like she's asleep with the way she's leaning back against the chair with her legs resting easily on the desk. She's now completely given up on the drawing. The more I try to relax, ignore her, and just be myself, the more it feels like I should ask if something's wrong. The more I talk, the more I decide I need another strepsil. You know, I remember earlier today, I was just like, you heard on the radio or something like that about, I think it's Obama going to Cuba for, like, the first president to go there in, well, nearly 100 years, it seems, from what if it's 1920 something since the last one. And it said something about, I can't even remember what the words were, but it was something about, like, ties. Not literal ties, but I thought of, like, literal ties regardless. I just can't remember what it was, man. I can't make the joke if I can't remember what it was. Damn it all. After club activities are over and others are filed out, Rin gets up from her seat and marches over to Namaya with unusual determination. I'll do it. Namaya, who was humming to himself while sorting the box of pencils by hotness, turns around with a mixed expression of friendliness and incomprehension on his face. What will you do, my girl? A gallery person. I can talk with that person. At least yesterday I thought I could. And today too. I think I want to try it. I'm gonna go all the way. The widest smile I've ever seen on any person's face lights up the teacher's features. He is almost literally beaming. Oh, wonderful! I had almost lost hope. Such a hard-headed girl you are, but I knew that sooner or later you would understand as well. I will call my good friend Zayoji and arrange a meeting. I've probably said that name wrong, but who cares? You'll need to show her your work so she can estimate. I've told her about you, but obviously you should talk face to face. There's that creepy face again. This is so exciting, isn't it? Namaya is talking more to himself than to us and walking in circles around his desk, waving his hands around wildly all the while. With his tongue out as well. That looked very bizarre. It's like, what the hell are you doing, man? He picks up his cell phone from the breast pocket of his jacket and flips it open with a stylish movement, starting to look for the number to call. While he searches, he notices me staring and gives me a beaming thumbs up. I shrug back at him, doing my best to not look smug. Namoya approved! Man, too bad they don't actually... Can you imagine if they had a CG of Namoya giving the thumbs up? That'd be perfect. But I don't think he gets any CG appearances, but then again, maybe he might, I don't know. I mean, like, Emmy's mother didn't get a CG appearance, so why would Namoya? It doesn't seem to, like, include, it's just like, no, only main characters and background characters, no secondary characters or minor characters, just background characters, like, you know, actual background characters are just in the background. Amaya finds their number and makes the call, turning away from us and lowering his voice once it goes through. Even so, I can hear his excited tone. The call doesn't last long. Fabulous! Saya's at the gallery right now, and she said we should stop by right away. If that's fine, this is most excellent. Do you have some kind of portfolio to show, Rick? She just shakes her head at the question. Never fear, I've taken some photos of your paintings. We can bring those and maybe a couple originals with us. Those will be quite sufficient for now. There should be some recent ones around here in the back, right? He pulls out a shoulder full of footers out of a desk drawer, then charges towards the back where there's a small storage room and extra cabinets for all materials and tools, sharp glasses and club use. He soon finds what he was looking for and crudely wraps two of Rin's paintings in some brown packing paper. Nakai, would you carry these to my car? I pick up the two oil paintings. They aren't heavy, but they do make navigation somewhat cumbersome, as I follow Namaya and Rin to the parking lot. You know, I know that feeling. My guitar isn't heavy, but when I put it in its case, it becomes a little heavier, but not overly heavy. But navigating with that can be. It's like carrying around a battering ram or something. It's like, whoa, steady now, steady, steady. And when I go to my guitar lessons, it's just like walking up his driveway, and he's got his car, he's like, nope, put it on the other side, because if I had it on the other side, that'd probably end up hitting the car. Like, nope, navigate. Now, Maya has a pretty nice car, but sometimes not something I'd expect a high school teacher to drive. I wonder what kind of salary is there in Yamaku. Which car is his, then? Canvases are stuffed into the trunk where they just barely fit. At the teacher's over-enthusiastic prompting, I get in the car along with them. Rin answers my question instead with a confirming nod and a nonchalant shrug. I guess I've become some sort of assistant for her now. So you do all the talking. I can't be bothered. Namaya doesn't go light on the pedal. The smooth ride takes just about 10 minutes to bring us to the city center, where we pull into a tiny parking lot and get out of the car. I pick up the paintings again, looking around. It's just like any city in Japan. Really, same style of buildings, people hurrying here and there, office workers sweating in their suits in the summer heat. You know, I've noticed, like, I'm not really a city person. I've only been to, like, I don't know, 3-4 cities or something in my entire life. And it's usually not for, like, too long amount of time. But when it comes to towns, anytime I see images of towns, they all look the bloody same. And I suppose it could be the same with cities, actually, now I think about it. There's just certain areas that just look identical no matter where you are in the world. Well, not really, but they do have some similarities that really stand out. Like those kind of like shopping areas where they have shops on both sides and like a kind of pathway going forward that's kind of like wide. And it's like shops on each side. I mean, they all look the same. Wide tree-lined streets aren't something you see everywhere, though. Maybe they are this city's specialty. Definitely has that feel of a city, which I thought I had already forgotten. I feel immediately comfortable walking around. It's like, oh, it feels like a city, so comfortable. If it was me, oh, it feels like a city. No. I haven't actually been here before. No, in that case, it's about time. It's a great city, lots of wonderful folk around here, and most important of all, a vibrant cultural life. Ah, Science Place is just around the corner. 22nd corner. After turning around 3 more corners, Namaya stops in front of a door. There's a nameplate in big red letters over it, 22nd corner. Is this really the 22nd quarter? Or what? That's bothering me too. I mean, where to start counting and which way do you count? Rin gets worked up over the strangest things. Unlike me, Namaya ignores her completely and pushes the door open. The gallery is very clean looking and the air conditioning makes it cool and very comfortable. The white walls and big windows facing onto the busy street make the whole place feel airy and bright. There's nobody around whom I can see, however. Most of the floor space is empty with only a few large tables and a counter for furniture. There are paintings too, of course. A poster advertising an exhibition for an artist I've never heard of. You know, I was like gonna make a joke about Katawa Shoujo, which is a completely different visual novel, but I get them mixed up somehow regardless. It's because of the shoujo at the end, and the first 2 letters of the start, first word essentially start K-A, you know? But totally different, but it does have quite a focus on art a bit in there. But whatever. I'm rambling. Getting off subject. Most of his work seem to be portraits or landscapes done in a more traditional style than Rin's abstraction. She actually has an appearance! Someone by the... Oh yeah, I remember she did. Of course! I'm just remembering this route, bit by bit as I go through it. Someone by the bell in the door, a lady who looks maybe around Amaya's age, comes from around the corner. She's dressed in a sharp suit, her straight dark hair in a perfect ponytail behind her head. A pair of expensive-looking eyeglasses frame her eyes. Yes, they look very expensive. Wait. Maybe they are expensive after all, I know. On second glance, I'm not so sure of her age anymore. She looks old and yet not actually old. Sigh, hello! She clearly recognizes the teacher's greeting him warmly. Oh, there you are, Shinichi, and so quickly. I take it that those two are your students. Indeed, let me introduce you. This is Rin Tezuka, the one I spoke to you about. And the healthy-looking lad over there is Isao Nakai. She takes a long, hard look at both of us, especially Rin. Feels like we're being evaluated. What a worth of some abstract kind is being calculated for us. That'll work for me. Her eyes linger for a long time on Rin. On her eyes, her empty sleeves tied in knots, her posture. Sai takes her first impression of Rin with an intensity I've not seen used by anyone else before. Once finished, she smiles amiably, however. Pleased to meet you both. My name is Sionji, and I'm the owner of this gallery. I can't even pronounce my last name. Could I maybe offer you some tea? Oh, no, thank you. We're fine. Let's get down to business. No coffee or tea or any of that shit for you. It's all business here. I lay the paintings on a tabletop to give the gallery owner a better view, and the boy pulls out his folder of photos. The old lady studies Rin's work carefully, absent-mindedly brushing her cheek with her finger while letting her gaze sweep over the paintings. Her eyes remind me of a bird of prey of some sort. They're so sharp and somehow very calculating. She takes her time, slowly going over the paintings in order without uttering a single word. Even the teacher looks very nervous. He tries to point out certain details and other things about Rin's work, but it seems like she's not listening. While Nabai and I keep looking outside, trying to look for some hint of a reaction on the gallery on his face, Rin lets her gaze wander around the gallery's space. Suddenly she pipes up. Is this really the 22nd quarter? And that's what she says? Sai raises her gaze from the paintings to look at Rin, but doesn't answer. It's probably for the best. She takes stock of Rin's slouchy posture and her dreamy eyes that are again moving restlessly about. The way Rin seems to be detached from a situation that's supposed to be very important for her annoys me just a little. I'm practically holding my breath here. After Sai has gone through all of Namaya's photos and inspected the two oil paintings I hold here, she goes through all the material again, this time at a quicker pace. Finally she gives her verdict. I like it. Though if you don't mind me saying, you're still a bit immature, searching for your own direction perhaps. She picks up one of the photos. Still, just look at this, I can't take my eyes off it. Like a little kitten playing around, that's what your art makes me feel, young lady. Thank you, I think nobody's ever said that before, I think. That's all that Rin has to say, something about what the gallery owner says and how she says it makes it sound patronizing to me, but I hold my tongue. Anyway, what a wonderful imagination though, isn't it? Oh wait, then change the font color, man, that was Namaya reading. You gotta go back there. You gotta read it in his voice. Anyway. What a wonderful imagination, though, isn't it? I've got the loud read voice. It's like, when I mention stuff like that, it's just like, Eagle Blackboard voice, Eagle the Dolphin voice, or, you know, like, stuff like that. Or as I do with him, it's like, and the loud read voice. If you haven't actually seen me actually, like, voicing those characters or anything, like, you'd probably just be like, what the hell are you even talking about? just, I don't know, Mystery Dungeon for that one. The Explorers of Darkness one with the louder voice for reference, but that was a long time ago. I've always said that Tezuka has a great eye for composition and color harmony and technique. Remember all those that are done with her feet. Nice volcano there you got. Is there another mountain and another mountain that's an exact copy of that? And is there a temple or something? Of course we need to put some of the simpler ones on display too, for the lay people, right side. His face. The teacher snorts. You know how those Philistines are. What do they understand about, pardon me, real art? They just better lost with the abstractions and themes. But he'll generate more publicity, and that's good, isn't it? So I smiles gently at the boy's remark and turns back to the paintings. I wonder. To tell you the truth, I just don't know if this makes all make expedition exhibit. I forget the pronunciation. Happens a lot. Even if I like it, I don't get the feel of a theme of now I'm stumbling over cohesion or whatever. There is no, god damn it, with you and your words that I don't use. And really, who would expect such from a young artist like the kitten here? Oh, no, it's definitely doable, especially if we get a few new pieces and touch up some old ones. I don't mind painting more, I'll do anything. It's a bit of a stretch. Trust me, I wouldn't have come to you if I didn't believe Tezuka was ready. You can see it too, can't you? I know exactly what her kind is capable of, and you know too. Those words give the garrulous lady a pause. A hollow, buttonless look takes over her eyes for a moment, as if she was looking through or maybe past Naboya. She says nothing, but her mouth becomes a tight, flat line, as if stretched. Finally, the moment passes. Is that what you're saying? That's what I'm saying. Sigh, sighs. Sigh, sighs. Sounds the same, and takes a few steps, walking in a circle as if to help organize her thoughts. She takes another look at a photo of the painting she particularly liked, the one that made her call Rin a kitten. She places her hand over her mouth, lost for words. After a few moments, she shakes her head. I don't know what to say. After seeing you here and these paintings of yours, would you excuse us for a moment? I want to talk to your teacher in private for a bit. So I draws the art teacher aside and they talk in hushed tones for a while. I can't hear what they're saying, but over her shoulder I can see the lines around the corners of her mouth tighten as she motions with her hands in time with her words. The expression on her face is... What kind of expression is it? I couldn't say. When they're done discussing whatever they had discussed, they give one another a serious look. I feel something that goes beyond mere words transpiring in there. They walk back to us. I look seriously at Rin, her left hand reaching as if instinctively towards a pack of cigarettes that's lying on the table. Wait. Ah, yeah, I remember now, yeah. That will certainly come up again. You'll see what I mean when it comes up. If you even know what I was talking about there. Just like, what will come up? When? What? She picks the pack up and extracts one, looks at it absent-minded as if only now realizing she did so, and puts it back. Okay, maybe it's obvious what I'm talking about there. The cigarettes, of course. Finally, she locks eyes with Rin, evaluating her once more. All right, little kitten, I'm going to believe in you. I will display your paintings here, but from what I can see, this is not enough. Don't really have a cohesive theme or whatever, and you don't have enough of the good stuff. You're going to have to work hard to actually get something that we can put on the exhibit here. I know. That wasn't the Rin voice. It's a good thing my gallery is so small now. Rin already spends pretty much every free waking moment she has painting. How's it possible to work any harder? She'd have to skip class to do more than she already does, and how can anyone work that much? Silence falls in the gallery after my words. Sai looks at the art teacher, who is looking contemplatively at his star students. I look at all three of them, confused. It's doable. What do you mean? I mean the school is special. The board puts great value on things such as this. I'm sure I could arrange some leave for her. It's not unprecedented by any means. I'll discuss it with my parents too, but they've been quite supportive. However, it might be a bit of a stretch to get working switch for her at the school if she's not actually going to attend classes. Actually, I was thinking about this before. Do you use the place upstairs for anything? No, I don't. Haven't since back then. It's more like a landfill now. I keep forgetting the pronunciation on that. You know, I just realized. You know, I mentioned Katawa Shoujo, right? It has a bit of art kind of stuff in there. An artist and stuff like that. There's quite a few. Like, one of the main heroine characters. Well, the main one, in fact. The main girl, essentially. Very into art. But also, the one that came before it, Katawa, also had an artist in that one as well. There's a pattern going on there, isn't there? Even though Katawa is very different from Katawa Shoujo. Like, incredibly different. Well, the only similarity they share is that they're both incredibly fucked up. With, like, you know, detective trying to solve the case of, like, some crazed... Well, it usually ends up being more than just one kind of crazy person, you know? But anyway, I'm getting off subject once again. I don't want to spoil those visual novels out, so... Well, it didn't really spoil anything. It just sums up. It's like, yeah, if you ought to, you know, read, play those ones, expect a lot of screwed up shit to happen. It's like, I don't know. So, continuing, upstairs. I own a small, apartment on the top floor of this building. But it hasn't been in use for, goodness, it's been so long, hasn't it? Her eyes leap to the Maya, who has a strange, muted expression on his face. Indeed, do you think? Even the Maya, in all his brashness, has trouble coming straight out with the question. Sai, of course, sees through him and throws up her hands, sighing deeply. I guess I can't say no, can I? Very well, I'll lend the use of that place as well. If needed, it's not like I really use it. Excellent, I knew I could count on you. Don't celebrate yet. It really is a mess, so don't be shocked when you first see it. However, you can use it as you see fit. Since it's an or whatever, it already has easels and things like that. You'll only need your own tools and materials, and to somehow clean it up a bit. It's not habitable though, so I can't let you live there. I doubt your school or parents would allow that in any case. Okay. However, it's convenient to crash there overnight if necessary. I won't mind. Most excellent, isn't it, Suzuka? He enthusiastically pats Rin on her shoulder, laughing in relief and happiness as if all this good fortune landed on him personally. Sai smiles as well, perhaps more amused by the old teacher's glee than anything else. You know, I wonder if these two had a relationship at any point. Because it seems possible, but at the same time, I just can't imagine it. Oh dear, Shunichi, this really is like back then. Are you sure we all haven't bitten off more than we can chew? She looks at Rin, who seems to be oddly subdued despite all this. I hope it will be worth it, kid. She holds out her hand as if to shake Rin's, but realizes the impossibility and quickly moves to pat her on the shoulder. Rin looks back at her silently, her eyes serious and impenetrable like the dark of the night. Do-do-do, my legs hurt a bit from sitting with my legs crossed all the time. What? Did it just freaking lag? Rin applause for and thanks to the Maya pressuring the principal, I'm sure, is granted leave for the rest of the time for exceptional extracurricular activities. Just to make up for it during summer vacation, but it seems she doesn't mind. Rin will still be able to eat and sleep at school, of course. She doesn't have to go to classes. I'm not entirely sure if I envy her or not. It all makes me feel anxious somehow. It's the last day of school for Rin. I feel like I should send her off with a word of encouragement, or at least say something. It was sort of due to my influence that she decided to dive adversely into this after all. My class ends a good 20 minutes early, so I walk down the lobby and buy a can of juice, then sit down on a bench and wait for Rin. I pull out a novel from my bag and search for the place I was at. But we will continue this next time. So I'll see you next time, viewers. See you next time.